I spent a good part of my time down in the Pike and on the beach. And for a kid, this was really great.
The Pike was a great thing because the Pacific Electric brought people down from Los Angeles, from all over Southern California, and they would stop on Ocean Avenue just above the Pike. The Pike would draw people, just many thousands of people, as the pictures will show, that beauty contests, you couldn't walk down the Pike. You just shoulder to shoulder people.
And that was my favorite thing down there at the Pike, because my aunt and uncle would come down on Sunday and we'd go to dinner, and then we'd go down to Pike. And my sister would get to ride on the merry-go-round, because she was 6 years younger than I was. And I would ride on the race horses. And it was like a merry-go-round, only the horses weren't decorated. They looked like race horses. And there were 4 of them in a row, but instead of going up and down, they went back and forth. And when the ride ended, if your horse was first in line, you got a free ride. We soon found out if you took the one that was last when you started, it was first at the end. So I got quite a few free rides. On the way out there, we'd go past that big mirror, and you'd stand there and you'd move one way and you'd look fat, and the other way you'd look skinny or you'd look tall. And then all of a sudden there was a hole in the pavement and the wind would blow up and take your dress up, and all the women would squeal. It was a big deal.
That was a lot of fun. A lot of places to eat down there besides the good saltwater taffy. And of course the penny arcades. They were a lot of fun. And fun houses, Laugh in the Dark, and they had the Mirror House.
You know, I had a paper route. We used to deliver press telegrams out in Naples, and I would collect my press telegram money, then ride my bicycle downtown and spend it all on the rides. So the came time to pay for the papers, I didn't have any money. I had to borrow it from my dad, yeah. But no, the Pike in those days was a great spot, great place to entertain yourself. You know, you could just wander up and down and not spend any money and still have fun. You know, that was probably back when I was still riding bicycles. After I got to be a teenager, or after I got to be in high school, we would, take dates down there. We had a lot of fun. It was a cheap way to entertain your girlfriend, you know. Ride the roller coaster and watch her hair blow.
At different times, they had 2 different roller coasters. I think the first was a Jackrabbit, and then later was a Cyclone Racer. Well, I rode them, and I liked it at first, but when I was about, maybe 22 or 3, somewhere in there, where I had a couple of nieces. I had a niece with a girlfriend, and they were about 16 or 17, and I felt very sophisticated and so forth, and I was showing them all over the place, you know, and the girls wanted to ride the roller coaster, and I was scared to ride it, but I was also scared to admit it, so I rode it, and I really enjoyed it after I actually did the ride.
Later, they had the children's Pike, and they had a little roller coaster for the kids, and our kids rode on that, and the little cars and the little boats and the little airplanes that they could ride in. I guess that was on the new Pike.
Probably a little young at that point to ride the Cyclone Racer, but I recall getting on the Wild Mouse and noticing that it was spelled funny. First of all, that was the weirdest thing to me, and all the tight turns, and it was a different kind of thing than I expected. And the other thing I really recall, and this is probably because that movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea had just come out, was the diving bell. And I really wanted to go on the diving bell. That just seemed like that was like being in that movie. So I went on that thing, and it was just amazed that, the water didn't rush in, and the air was trapped in there, and we got to, sit under the sea. But we felt like we were going down, 100 feet or something. So that was pretty exciting for us.